Hey, it's Nick Dadamio back with you. I hope that you had a great week this week and are wrapping up your Friday in style. Welcome to the Friday Reset. Let me ask you something. How many sales professionals start the week hoping this is the week things finally will turn around for me? But they still are running without a clear process. They're busy, they're working hard, they're following up, but deep down, they're still guessing. And that's where frustration starts. Because sales gets heavy when you are relying on emotion, urgency, and hope instead of structure, evidence, and a repeatable playbook. If you want a better week, a better month, and a better year, you cannot keep selling by feel alone. You need a better grip on how you sell. Stop thinking like a rep. Start thinking like a professional. One of the strongest ideas that I've learned over the years is the shift from traditional selling to what I call the real ABCs. And I don't mean always be closing, but role, activity, mindset, and focus. That means this: know your role. Your role is not to pressure people. Your role is to create value, uncover truth, guide the conversation, and help the client make a smart decision. When you stop seeing yourself as someone who is chasing quota and start seeing yourself as a true professional, your entire approach changes. You prepare differently. You ask better questions. You listen more carefully, and you stop trying to force outcomes that have not been earned yet. Measure your week with evidence and not emotion. A lot of sellers walk into Monday carrying the emotional residue of last week. Maybe last week felt slow. It felt frustrating. It felt like nothing really moved along. But feelings are not facts. Top performers measure based on evidence. How many attempts turned into contacts? How many contacts turned into appointments? How many of those appointments turned into real opportunities? And how many opportunities move forward in the process? That is how professionals reset. They don't say, I had a bad week. They ask, what is the data showing me? And where do I need to improve? That shift matters because when you measure the right things, you stop spiraling. You get clearer, and clarity creates confidence. Stop forcing the close and strengthen the middle. That's another major lesson in this process, that most people do not really have a closing problem. They have a process problem. If deals are stalling, it usually means something earlier was missed. Maybe the discovery was shallow. Maybe the real problem was never uncovered. And maybe the stakeholders were never aligned. Maybe the business case was never built strongly enough. Great sales professionals do not rush to the finish. They build the sale step by step. They earn trust. They reduce the tension. They ask better questions. They create a natural close. That is a huge mindset shift for the week. Do not ask, how do I close more deals? Ask, how do I create better conversation that lead to better decisions? That question will change the way you sell. So as you step into next week, here is your reset. Know your role, track the evidence, strengthen your process. Do that and you will stop selling from pressure and stop selling with purpose. And that is where consistency starts. And if you're stuck frustrated, or tired of the ups and downs in sales, and you're ready to build a simpler, stronger sales process? Book a consultation with me. Let's talk about how to help you sell with more structure, more confidence, and more purpose this quarter. And if this session hit home with you, hit that subscribe button and look for one of my next free webinars where we go into more depth on these topics. Until then, we'll see you later. Have a great week next week. We'll see you on Friday. Thanks again, Nick Dadamio. Bye-bye.